All right. So my name is Jenesta Hubley, and I've been a leader with Epicure for about 3 years now, and I've been with Epicure in total for about 8 years. I started because I went to a cooking class, and I fell in love with the product, and I wanted to get more. I wanted to get it at a discount because I wanted everything in the catalog, and why would I want to pay full price, right? So someone chatted to me several times about joining Epicure as a consultant, and I had lots of excuses why I couldn't at the time. I was busy, I didn't have a lot of time, I didn't know a lot of people, I had just moved to a new area, but eventually, after she talked to me several times, I decided, yes, I'm going to join. And Epicure was a great hobby for me for about 5 years. And then when my daughter was born, my first daughter, I now have 2 daughters. When my first daughter was born, I decided that I didn't want to go back to work to my full-time job anymore. And I had Epicure kind of in my back pocket. And I said, I wonder if this could be the answer to give me income while I stay home with my daughter. So I started working my business consistently and reaching out more and sharing Epicure more. And I was able to grow my business really quickly, replace my full-time income in just a couple of months after starting to work my business. So from there, I started growing a team, and that's where the real results come in from your business. When you start growing a team and see the additional income benefits from that. So I was able to continue to increase my income, and I was promoted to leader just a few short months after changing my mindset and starting to work my business consistently. So I've been a leader for a couple of years now, and I now have a team of over 50 consultants across Canada, and a couple of my new consultants are on here tonight. So it's really exciting to be here and to help you through this new consultant training, which our upline, Jacqueline McGrath, has put together this beautiful recording for you to give you everything you need to know to get started and give you the building blocks and the foundation that you need to get started. And why are you guys here tonight? Because you want to make money with your business kit, right? So let's dive in and get started with this training.
Hello and welcome to Epicure and your new consultant orientation. We are so excited that you've joined us to become an ambassador to help others while helping yourself. You will quickly discover this business is not a pushy endeavor at all, but more a share and care. You and Epicure are at the perfect place at the perfect time. And let me explain. For many years, big business has been taking over our food industry. Their profits have been going up while our health has been going down. We have such high levels of diabetes, it's actually considered epidemic, and the increased heart disease is alarming to say the least. We are on a horrible path of bad health, and this is not just affecting adults. They actually believe our children will have a lower life expectancy than their parents. And this is not okay. Are you aware that about 80% of illnesses can be modified or changed with real food? At Epicure, we believe you need to take control of your health. And the best way to do this is by changing what you put on your plate. Our cooking classes are helping people understand that a great meal can be made raw to ready in 20 minutes or less. And the best part, it will taste amazing. As an Epicure consultant, you will be helping people learn how to eat real food again. We can do this. We need a tribe to turn this around. So I want to say thank you for taking this leap. And thank you for sharing Epicure with others. How many lives will you touch, change, and transform? My name is Jacqueline McGrath. I'm a national director with Epicure, and I'm a top income earner. I still pinch myself. How could this happen to me? I had no direct sales experience, yet here I am. So when you hear from others that you can't make money doing direct sales, don't believe them. I am living proof that if I can do it, so can you. My Epicure story started years ago when my husband lost his job due to downsizing. As an at-home mom with 2 small boys, we suddenly found ourselves on a very tight budget. We needed money, but we were at a crossroad. What were our options? Initially, we considered my returning to my dental career, but it just wasn't checking off 3 boxes. The first box, my number 1 priority. I wanted to raise my boys and influence their lives. I wanted to be there to see their first steps, hear their first words, to volunteer in their classrooms, and to be there when they weren't feeling well. The second box was realizing that childcare is extremely expensive. A huge portion of my check would pass right through my hands, and the bulk, the remaining, would be chewed up in parking, gas, wear and tear on my car, lunches out, clothing allowance, and all the others. It did not make sense once we actually sat down and calculated my final take-home pay and what I could actually put in the bank. And the third box, when I factored going to work, I considered the early mornings. Oh my goodness, I am not a morning person. So waking my children up, packing them up, taking them to someone else to raise, working for 8 hours, driving home, fighting traffic, grabbing the kids, returning home exhausted and depleted, then trying to get a healthy meal on the table, and finally squeezing my number 1 priority, my children, into a small period of time at the end of the day. Oh my goodness, I knew there had to be another option. I was committed to find something and make it work for us. And that's where Epicure came in. I quickly discovered that I could surpass my income at my full-time career. I worked hard, I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I probably made every mistake there was to be had. Yet, here I am. And seriously, you can be at the top as well. Today you will discover some of the tips and techniques I have used over the years to help build a profitable business and enjoy an epic life. And I would love to share the success with you. You are at the right place at the right time. So grab your pen and paper and get ready to write. If you have any questions, first things first, if you want a business, you have to treat Epicure like one. Working from home does present some challenges, the biggest being distractions. And the easiest way to keep yourself and others on track is to set up work hours. In other words, dedicate time to work your business. I've discovered that many of my family and friends did not view my business as a viable one, and I soon found that if I didn't take control of my calendar, they did. Please learn this. It will give you so much less stress. By creating time to make income, you will be setting yourself up for success. So I would like you to print off the next 3 months of your calendar. On each month, I would suggest you block at least 8 open 2-hour time slots. Now, most classes are hosted after dinner. However, that does not limit you. You can do brunch classes, afternoon events, after school or work classes, or what about weekends? By the way, I have found 2 o'clock is a great time to host a weekend get-together. While determining when to work, I would also suggest you check with other family members' schedules, plus look at holidays, school calendars, and any events you want to attend. Next, and most importantly, I would like you to book your launch class. This class should take place 7 to 10 days from when you signed. It is very important that you get your first class done so you don't get cold feet, but more important, that you start earning income. In your kit, you will find 2 cooking class options, Good Mexican and Good Greek. Both meals can be made in 20 minutes or less, and I suggest you do the Mexican one first. The menu will include fajitas, guacamole, and salsa. This meal is so easy that I have timed myself and can whip this up in 10 minutes start to finish. This is exactly what your guests will want to learn. Aren't we all time-strapped? Think of how many of your friends would love to make a meal brought to ready in 20 minutes or less that's healthy. So write this down. Your call to action on this slide is to get your 3 months organized with 8 open 2-hour time slots each month. And most importantly, launch yourself as soon as possible. First things first, if you want a business, you have to treat Epicure like one. Working from home does present some challenges, the biggest being distractions. And the easiest way to keep yourself and others on track is to set up work hours. In other words, dedicate time to work your business. I've discovered that many of my family and friends did not view my business as a viable one, and I soon found that if I didn't take control of my calendar, they did. Please learn this. It will give you so much less stress. By creating time to make income, you will be setting yourself up for success. So I would like you to print off the next 3 months of your calendar. On each month, I would suggest you block at least 8 open 2-hour time slots. Now, most classes are hosted after dinner. However, that does not limit you. You can do brunch classes, afternoon events, after school or work classes, or what about weekends? By the way, I have found 2 o'clock is a great time to host a weekend get-together. While determining when to work, I would also suggest you check with other family members' schedules, plus look at holidays, school calendars, and any events.
Sorry, everyone, that was my mistake, trying to get used to this system. That was a repeat. So now we are on to the next slide. Here we go.
Okay, so we've got ourselves sort of organized. Time to think about some of the things we need to do to make our business successful. We call these income producing activities, or IPAs. We've already touched on the cooking class, so now it's time to really anchor the concept and the value. Cooking classes will be the cornerstone to your success. Why? Because your cooking classes are interactive. Guests get to experience the product while doing the cooking. They see, they feel, they smell, and taste the product, which means the conversion rate to an order form is really high. They love it, they buy it. Really simple, isn't it? This is why you want to make sure you offer as many live cooking classes as you possibly can. The next thing we need to put into our schedule is host coaching. Did you know it takes the same amount of time to do a $250 cooking class as it does a $1,000 cooking class? So would you prefer to make $62.50 or $250 at a class? Becoming a master of host coaching is time very well spent. There is fabulous information on your Epicure site in your Epicure University. Make sure you take a look, learn, and implement. Becoming a team player, share the best tips and suggestions you can with your host to net a huge shopping spree. They are waiting for your instructions. If you can get the host what they want to get, trust me, you will be rewarded well, and your host will likely become a repeat host. Follow our success formula. You can see on the screen, I will break this down to you. It is 10, 2, and 1. Get your host to over-invite, so 10 will be at the class. Having a group of 10 allows you to work at building your business by booking 2 future cooking classes. Why 2? 1 to replace the one you just had, and 1 to grow your business with. This is super wise to realize that what you've got is a cooking class, and it is in your best interest to make it worthwhile for both you and your host. Now, let's talk quickly about online cooking classes. Recently, I've had many new consultants join, and one of the comments they often share is that they're going to do their business online only using social media. Just FYI, other companies recently have moved over to online sales, and guess what? They've literally gone out of business, and we don't want that to happen, especially when we sell a product that really needs to be tasted and touched. Seeing something on a screen does not scream buy me unless they already know the product or trust the brand. Conversion rates from online to purchase are much lower. Until we have smell-o-vision or taste-o-vision, I believe this will remain the status quo. That being said, there is a place for your virtual business. Once you have a customer base, you can use virtual online interactions for customer service and replacement products. One of our top selling consultants has mastered this, and I stress again, you need to have a customer base first. So ask yourself, do you want to work hard or smart? Doing cooking classes, building your business, and then using virtual business for customer service, now that is being smart. Once you have your customers, keep them happy and engaged. Considering having Facebook groups, email loops, and online virtual classes to showcase new product, excite customers to rebook, and sell the sizzle of joining your team. Talk with your leader and jump over to your Epicure University to find other great ideas on customer engagement. And finally, I want to touch on social media. We don't want to be spamming people by flooding our pages with buy this, I need you to order. You know why? Pretty soon it's going to become a turnoff. Instead, look at social media as a way to be of service. Share information you feel is helpful and interesting. And when it comes to Facebook, consider creating a business page so you can separate you as a person and you as a business person. Learn more by talking to your leader and learn tips on YouTube. Here are some criteria to follow. Be helpful, be interesting, and be upbeat. People want and need this. Here are some examples. Every time a new catalog comes in, a new product comes in, snap a picture and share your excitement. Tease them to book. Invite them to your monthly cooking class, and always direct them to your Facebook business page or group. So your action step on this page, when your career kit arrives on your doorstep, snap a picture of it and share it on social. Or if you're comfortable, create a video opening that kit. Share how you've started your brand new business venture and how super excited you are to offer free cooking classes. Be creative and have fun. Seeing cooking classes are number one, let's break down what actually happens at them. In 90 minutes of time, you can literally change the lives of people that attend. Classes are fun and interactive. Guests get to taste the food that they make. You do not cook. Instead, encourage guests to be the chef. You will set up 3 different stations and then find 3 guests to make that portion of the meal. Your job as the consultant is to impart some information on product knowledge and the recipe. Excite others to have their own cooking class and to offer your opportunity to all. Don't get overwhelmed. Cooking classes are super easy. We will actually show you how to set up a cooking class from start to finish. All this information, again, can be found in your Epicure University. Make sure you check out that Career Launch tab. And fear not, we have your back. There is a wealth of knowledge there, and we are here to support you. You may want to actually grab a catalog and start putting post-it notes inside there to help you make sure you cover the components of your cooking class. Just keep it super simple, and bottom line, have fun because your guests want to have fun. Make sure you pick only one theme only. As I mentioned before, our Mexican cooking class is the fastest and easiest cooking class to do. You can rock that class, and literally, who doesn't like fajitas, guacamole, and salsa? It's a meal that is family approved. Your guests will be using the cooking tools and will see how amazing our products make mealtime solutions so much easier. If you are having fun, you can bet that a number of the guests are thinking they might want to do your job too. It's very important to always mention that you are building a team. Ask, have you ever considered doing what I'm doing? You see, Epicure can be perfect for a few extra $100 a month to literally thousands. They can join as a side hustle or a full-time gig. I mean, think about it. Who wouldn't want an additional stream of income doing something that's fun and is totally flexible? By building a team and moving up our career path, you can also be earning residual income. So I have a question for you. Do you have friends that like to pay full price, or do they like sales and discounts? Savvy shoppers will want to book, provided you offer them that opportunity. Every person who books from a cooking class and hosts their own class in 90 days will be eligible for free and discounted product. Plus, if it's held within your first 30 days, you have unlimited additional $40 bonuses to gift them. We have found that with 10 people at a cooking class, you should be able to book at least 2 classes. Hosts can get the product they love at an incredible discount, including free. And so your goal at every cooking class is to gain at least 2 future bookings. 1 to replace the class you just did, and 1 to grow your business on. By following the success formula of 10, 2, and 1, you will be seeing that 1 class will become 2, 2 will become 4, 4 will become 8, and so on. Your $40 VIP host gifts, by the way, are built right into the company ordering system. Any cooking class with the criteria hit that is closed before your end date will automatically be gifted with this extra perk. Now remember, this is a time-sensitive offer, so the faster you get started, the more dates you can offer. So, who will you offer your first VIP gifts to? So write this down. Your action step here is to start your list. Write down at least 8 names of potential hosts. I know you love the product, so let's talk about how many others will love the product as well. I often hear consultants share that they will do their business with family and friends only. Yikes, this can become a dead-end business. Starting with family and friends is a great place to start, but I'm going to share with you a little tip. If you do a cooking class with family and friends only, and then book with the same group, and do another cooking class with the same group, you will soon find that you have built a business that has become very linear. Likely within 2 or 3 months of starting, they will have bought everything, and your sales will drop, and drop until they will not attend and your business becomes almost non-existent. Is that what you want? Instead, let's start by building an explosive business. On the screen, you will see 12 social circles. These are 12 areas in your life that you are connected with different groups of people. On this form, you will see we have an area for family and friends, but also other areas of your life. This can be found online and in your career launch workbook, which you will get when your kit arrives. But in the meantime, I would suggest that you actually print this page from online and start inserting 3 to 5 names in each social circle. By hosting a cooking class in each circle of influence, you will soon find your business will be exploding. Rather than that regular linear business, your business will be growing in many different directions. Can you see how this would become explosive? So who should you connect with? Well, 100% of our Epicure products are gluten-free, so anyone who is gluten insensitive or has celiac disease will want to know about your business. We are a 100% nut-free facility. Oh, hang on, I'm a nut. Oh yeah, but I'm not in the warehouse, so we're all good. So those with nut allergies, you will find that Epicure would be a good fit for them as well. Epicure is also socially conscious with many payback initiatives. If Epicure touches people's hearts, they may want to join our good food movement and change the lives of many. We take our product very seriously at Epicure, and with all the recalls in the food industry, I strongly suggest that if you want to know what's in your food, you literally have to cook it. So who do you know that is concerned about what they eat? Remember, Epicure promotes healthy food. And in fact, our Good Food Real Results collection has many people making a change for a better quality of life. So who do you know that wants to get healthier and take control of their health? So start writing the names of people you know. And I don't want you to prejudge. You have a food product, and guess what? Everyone eats. So that means any name on this list could become a potential customer, a potential host, or even a future team member. All of these income-producing activities, you will be earning your consultant career rewards. So make sure you have at least 12 cooking classes in your first 90 days, one in each one of these social circles. The faster you achieve, the faster you earn income, and the faster you get your benefits. Consultants have literally become leaders within their first 90 days. Will you become part of that rockstar group? So I'll share more on the rewards a little later in this orientation. However, your action step here is to write down 50 names of people you know and find 3 to 5 of those names in each one of the 12 social circles. So now I think it's really important that we learn how to make effective phone calls so you can fill your calendar. Okay, so now you've got that list of people. It's time to think about how we're going to effectively make phone calls and invite them to host a class or attend your first cooking class. First off, I want to let you know again that this business is not about being pushy or aggressive at all. Instead, be upbeat and positive. You have a great product and there's nothing to be ashamed of or uncomfortable in sharing. Our products are basically foods with benefits. How can that be bad? At Epicure, we offer people an opportunity to get their product free or discounted with a fun cooking class. Why would they feel that's pushy? Sounds like fun to me. What do you think? The easiest way to offer a class is to call people and have a conversation over the phone. And I really want to stress, don't rush this process. This is a business that is built on relationships. In your conversations, ask lots of questions. And always wait or pause after you ask a question because you don't want to come off like a telephone solicitor. I mean, good grief. I get telephone solicitors and I just want to hang up. You know what I mean, right? There's information online and in your workbook on how to have a phone call to get a booking. Some key things I would like to recommend is start by letting them know why you're calling them, such as, I was thinking of you because, and then you just fill in the details. Then make sure you touch on some perks, but keep this really simple. You don't want to make it confusing or feel like you're pressuring them. It's a free cooking class for their guests. It's food, and it should be super easy and fun. And then always finish with, can I count on you? So this is what it might sound like. Hi, Ashley. This is Jacqueline. Did I catch you at a good time? How are you and the kids doing? Is Bill still working at his sales job at the warehouse? Now, after a period of time of asking questions, chances are they'll likely start asking what's happening with you. And this will allow you an opportunity to share what you're now doing. So you could say, well, actually, great. Oh my gosh, you are never going to believe this. I actually started my own business. Have you ever heard of Epicure? Now, if they've heard of Epicure, chances are they are going to be super excited for you because once they hear what you have to offer, they're probably going to book a cooking class. However, if they have not heard about Epicure, this is where you will share why you've called. Ashley, the reason I'm calling is because I'm doing free cooking classes and I know you hate cooking. I was hoping I could help you with that. I would love to come over and introduce Epicure to you and your friends. We'll make a raw to ready meal in 20 minutes or less. And I thought this might be a perfect opportunity for you and your friends to have a fun night out. And you know I wouldn't ask anything of you unless there was something in it for you. So I'm able to give you free and discounted product just by inviting me into your home as a qualified host. And if you're one of my first hosts, you can get an additional $40 that I can gift you. It's going to be so much fun. Can I count on you to be one of my first hosts in my first 30 days? What are your thoughts? So while you heard that, just know that not everyone is going to say yes. You may get some no's. Not everyone is going to say yes, and that's a good thing. If everyone said yes, we'd have no customers. So don't take no personally. I've learned over the years that the reason people say no is usually one of two reasons. Number one, it's just not good timing. They might be renovating their kitchen, traveling, they're sick. Bottom line, it has nothing to do with you personally. And the second reason, maybe they've had a bad experience with a past party. Perhaps the product was overpriced, the friends would not pay the huge expense, perhaps the rep was pushy and aggressive and it was a big turnoff, and maybe the host didn't even invite enough guests to get the host benefits. Bottom line is you don't know and can only guess unless you ask the question, can I ask how come? Becoming very comfortable with being inquisitive and just asking that, oh, can I ask how come? Because when you are inquisitive, you might hear information that you can address so they can see how Epicure differs. Sometimes, but not always, giving additional information can change their decision. They don't know what they're saying no to until you maybe discover this. So here are some reasons that you might hear. Oh my gosh, that lady was just so pushy. I was so embarrassed for my friends. Now, if you got that, you might want to reply, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. It must have been horrible. You know, because Epicure is a food item, people literally love to come and taste the recipe they make. Have you ever been to a grocery store where they were sampling and people were just hovering around waiting to taste? Well, that's what our cooking classes are. Everybody loves food, and especially sampling. Can you see how we would be different than that cooking class that you had before? You can also share that the bulk of our product is priced under $10, so anyone can afford to attend, And no need to panic about having to buy something that they didn't need that was overpriced. With such a large line, I'm sure they will find something they love. Let the host know that you are going to solve challenges that many of their guests will have, because Epicure is a perfect solution to those, oh my gosh, what's for dinner problems. And the point here is, when you're able to share that this is something that most of their friends will want, that is reasonably priced, and is a product they will love, why wouldn't they say yes, right? When people know more, they're more open to hosting and welcoming you into their home. So again, I challenge you to be comfortable in being inquisitive. Remember, can I ask how come? I would love you to think about writing down a script. No script will actually be the same, but it really depends on what and who you're talking to and their situation. The reason I want you to write a script is so you don't feel caught off guard. There's information online about booking and doing a script. And once you've got one created, I would love you to just start practicing. And the best way to do this is in front of a mirror with a smile on your face. Again, remember, I don't want you to come off like a telephone solicitor. You're only practicing to gain comfort in sharing. Also, make sure you think about potential challenges you might come up against and why they might say no. Being prepared makes your job easier. Plus, the more you practice, the more relaxed you will become. So now that you've got all those cooking classes booked, it's time for you to learn the magic of host coaching. We talked earlier, in 90 minutes, you could do a $250 class, or you could have a $1,000 cooking class. In your kit, you will find host envelopes. You can see one of them on the screen. And clearly written on the back are 5 steps to support your host in having an effective, profitable, and fun cooking class. So let's break this down. First off, you want to keep it super simple. Have your host do their number one job, which is invite, invite, invite. There's actually an area for your host to write all names down and maybe help them with this process. Ask them, who will you invite? Challenge your host to fill as many names and lines as they can. Once the names are written, make sure you inform your host to call or text the guests. Emails are not the best form of communication. And please inform the host that about 50% of the people they invite will actually attend. Also, inform your host that when the guests cannot attend, they can still collect outside orders. Just because they're not attending doesn't mean they don't want to order. So supply your host with their own personal cooking class link and a few catalogs and invoices. All the host then has to do is collect these outside orders, get payment, or have those unattending guests order online directly themselves with the link. Consider even challenging your host to gather $100 of retail sales before you arrive at the cooking class. Maybe you even want to offer a free spice of their choice. You can do this, of course, it'll come out of your compensation, but you will still be further ahead. The other thing that I've found over the years is hosts usually want to have a buffet. Oh my goodness. And when you factor in that our cooking classes usually happen after a meal, there's no need to have such a huge spread. Just make sure you recommend that they only have Epicure there. Filling guests too full or having too many options will confuse them, and sales will drop, which will mean your host benefits will drop, and so will your compensation. Most guests, just so you know, will spend on average $40 to $60. So again, another reason why you want to stay focused on doing only one theme. And that allows you to do another recipe or another theme at your future events. Make sure that the supplies or groceries that your host is supplying stays at a relatively low price point, $20 to $25, I would say. And please make sure that your host is comfortable. Reassure them that there will be enough food. A lot of times they think there won't be, but I've been doing this for so many years. There will be enough. Remember, this is not a full meal deal or a catering gig. This is a taste test, okay? So what I want to share is check in with your host a few days before. At this time, you need to do the following. You need to confirm attendance numbers. Make sure you have the correct address, answer any questions, ask how outside orders are coming, and finally stress the importance of making reminder calls or texts to the guests that the host has invited. Have your host also start looking through the catalog. I mean, what are they going to get with that shopping spree? On average, with the cooking class, your host should net about $100 of free or discounted product plus that host special. And just so you know, the host benefits are paid for by Epicure and not you. That's a nice perk, hey? So as you can see, with great host coaching, you should be able to net having 10 guests in attendance, and most likely 2 will want their own cooking class. And by the way, that is your number 1 job at a cooking class. You should be setting a goal to get at least 2 future cooking classes booked from every class. It's part of the success formula. And remember that at least one person may be looking at this business opportunity. Chances are it's probably your host, because they love the product so much, they've invited you in to introduce it to their friends. So always, always make sure you invite your host to join your business, and then offer it to the others as well. This is a great business. It's 100% recession proof, and it's good for all ages and genders. So the action step here is grab your pen and paper, write this down, review more on host coaching in your Epicure University. And your goal should be to always achieve the success formula, which is 10 guests, get 2 bookings, and find 1 potential new team member. So let's go on to learn some more. So let's talk about team building. You may be saying, oh my goodness, I just bought a cat. Seriously? I don't know anything yet. I can't sponsor someone if I don't know enough myself. My answer is yes, you can. Sponsoring is easy, and you are not expected to know it all. That's why your leader will train your team member. All you need to do is offer, offer, and offer. If you have a potential, talk with your leader. They can support you in getting this person on board. They will learn just like you are on a training that we're doing just like this. Phew, pressure's off you, right? So who might be interested in joining? Understanding that most people live paycheck to paycheck, and many hate their jobs, because maybe Epicure is a way for them to change this for themselves. People need cash, and with food, it's an easy opportunity. To find team members, you need to prospect. So start thinking about who you know. Write them on a list. If your list is short and you don't know many people, I would suggest that you get out of your house. Go to the park, volunteer, join a group. The more people you meet, the larger your opportunity will be to build a team. Start networking. Post positive, informative tidbits on social media about making money, and don't spam. Instead, be social and occasionally mention, join my team, it's fun. I personally sponsored 3 of my friends when I started my business. I didn't have a clue. Seriously, I am proof that you don't need to know it all. Let your leaders support you in this. We've got your back on this. So how do I sponsor? Well, I start by having conversation. Just by having conversations and asking questions to learn more about the person, you might hear a challenge or clue. And just think, could Epicure help them with this? By learning to listen, you are going to hear clues that the person that you are talking with has and might need to find a solution for. Here are some of the things I hear. I hate my job. I'd love to travel. I don't know where I'm going to find the cash to get a new car. My maternity leave is going to end pretty soon and I wish I could stay home with my baby. Or maybe they have school debt, planning a wedding, or looking for a way to retire. Can you see how Epicure could maybe help them? You could then say, earlier you mentioned you wanted to work from home. If I could show you a way to do this and still bring in income, would you like to chat tomorrow? I have an idea and I'm not sure if this is for you, but it couldn't hurt to learn a little bit more about it. When could we meet, or when can I call you? As you can see, having casual conversations with people and listening for clues is where you start. Offering a time to learn more and then let the person make the informed decision on whether it's a good fit for them or not. Epicure can be a great way for you to make a few extra $100 a month as a little side hustle, or it could become a part-time job to make a few thousand, or you could become a full-time entrepreneur and be an Epicure millionaire. And this goes for anyone you meet as well. Remember my story? I had no direct sales experience. I introduced Epicure to my friends. 3 of those friends joined my business, and I've never looked back. If I had never opened my mouth, my team would be 0, and so would my sales. My question to you is, what are you going to do? Do you want to start building a team and start having residual income? Make sure you check out your Epicure University for more training on prospecting and sponsoring. So your action step here is to write down 2 names of people you would love to work with. And please share this with your leader. They will help you make this happen. Time to talk about how you will be rewarded when you build your business successfully in your first 90 days. There are over $2,000 worth of value packed in your career launch program. Everything from cash to more product to business vouchers. It's literally a win, win, and win. And all you need to know is to just follow the step-by-step plan. Make sure you submit at least 12 cooking classes before your career launch date ends. You can check your date and please write it in your calendar. It's best to keep track of your success so you don't fall short. And make sure you tap into all the trainings so you can learn and grow. Remember, the sooner you start, the more rewards you will reap and the sooner you'll reap them. So my action step here is go and review the perks in your career launch area. So let's take a look at some of the best practices to build your business and the best practices to not get yourself in trouble. The first thing I'm going to touch on is dress for success. Remember, we sell a food product, which means your potential customer is anyone that eats. So that is everybody. If you walk out the door looking a little dumpy, just know first impressions are made in 3 to 7 seconds. So I would recommend you take a look in the mirror before you leave your door. You want to be the person that people want to approach. And just remember, there's no need to wear a ball gown, just be put together. You are also an ambassador to help people change their life and get back on track to healthy. So why not consider being a walking billboard by participating in our Good Food, Real Results program. This is me on the screen. After 90 days, I released 19.8 pounds and over 20 inches. This 90-day program really works if you're committed to it. You'll enjoy amazing food and you'll start seeing results yourself. I would strongly encourage you to join the program. Let others see your results for themselves. It's a very effective way to promote you and your business because it's real food, healthy food in the right combination at the right time. And when you figure that 9 out of 10 people want to get healthy, people are just looking for a way to make this happen. So being that picture of health for them is a great idea. Let's also talk about advertising and the Epicure trademark. The company wants to maintain the brand, so please read your business guide on what is allowed and not allowed. Just know that you can share all social media content that Epicure shares, but don't start creating something and use the logo on it without permission. And speaking of that, let's talk about permanent retail settings. You cannot sell Epicure products in places like no garage sales, no farmers markets, no kiosks, no weekend markets that happen on occasion through the year, no commercial locations, no Facebook buy and sells, no garage sales, no online markets, and no Kijiji. I told you the cornerstone to our business is cooking classes. So if you have any questions, read your business guide or contact home office. Don't get yourself in trouble. Literally, consultants have been removed by not complying. And on that note, please indicate that you're an independent Epicure consultant and share your website. Did you know that you have a free website up and running right now where your customers can view your catalog online, where you can share recipes from, and so much more? So your website address can be found in your profile at My Epicure in the preference area. And while you're there, you might want to link your social media channels. So my call to action on this page is add independent consultant to your signature and your phone messages, and share your website with people you know. Start spreading the word. So let's do a recap to make sure you know what you need to crush your career launch. Number 1, get yourself organized with your work calendar for the next 3 months and make yourself available to make money. Get your launch class done sooner than later. Keep your cooking classes super, super easy. Do one theme at a time. Fill your calendar with 12 cooking classes from your 12 social circles. And remember, if you can get those 12 cooking classes done before the end of 90 days, you're just going to get your rewards that much faster. Remember, there's over $2,000 value in that career launch program. Learn how to have a great cooking class. If possible, shadow a cooking class. And remember, all training for cooking classes can be found online in your My Epicure, Epicure University. Stay tapped into training. The more you learn, the more you earn, and the more you know, the more you grow. Trainings happen all the time. We have conference calls, monthly meetings, Facebook groups. Plus, check out my website where you can find a library of past recordings and can listen 24/7 when the timing suits you better. Always let people know you're building a team. The only way to get to a 6-figure income is to share your business opportunity with others. And remember, most people have found that there's more month than money. So offering them a chance to look at Epicure as a solution is not pushy. Instead, it's helpful. Let them know and let them decide. Follow your leader's footsteps if you want to be a leader. And finally, stay connected with them because your leader is here to support your efforts. This is your business, but you are not in business by yourself. The McGrath National Organization is here to support you. When you need some support, we are a phone call, email, text, conference call, or website away. Now that you've got an overview, what do you want to do with your business? How much income do you want to make? Is this going to be your side hustle, or is this going to become a part-time gig? Or is this going to be a full-time career so you can become an epic millionaire? The choice is yours, and we will support whatever goal you have set for yourself. So your action step here, implement your training and start now. So there you have it. Your new consultant training orientation is almost done. This amazing opportunity is your opportunity to soar and be that amazing ambassador that shares their love of Epicure with others. I am so grateful you've joined us. We need you. Epicure needs you, and the world needs Epicure. We're going to turn this around, folks. So I wish you great success in crushing your career goals and reaching goals way beyond that. So my question to you is, what will your epic story be?
Okay, everyone. Isn't that amazing? Jacqueline is just so full of knowledge and experience. So, just to wrap things up a little bit, I know you guys have lots and lots of notes there. So our job as leaders, and we are a team of leaders, so your leader could be me or your leader could be someone else, and our job is to help you be successful. And that all depends on what your definition of success is. So our job is to support you to meet your goals. So now that you have this basic training, now is the time to take a minute and process what you've learned. I know it's a lot. Don't be overwhelmed. Take a deep breath, because you'll have time to put this all into place. But take that minute, process what you've learned, and start creating a plan for your success. Take the information and implement it. So let's think about, how much income do you want to make? And really dig deep and put a number on that, because you will not be able to meet your goals unless you make a goal. If you don't put a number on it, then how are you ever going to know whether you're successful or not? Is this going to be a side hustle for you? Is it going to be a career change? That all depends on what you want from your starter kit. So just take a minute and think about that. So thank you so much for investing in yourself and coming on this call tonight. I'm so glad that you've joined us, and our world needs Epicure, but our world needs you to be that tool to share Epicure with the world. And it's time now for you to rock your 90 days and get yourself some amazing benefits, but more importantly, to share and help others along the way. So thank you so much, Linda, for hosting and answering our questions on the chat tonight. It's great to have you on here to help as well, and you're so knowledgeable with your answers that you've provided there tonight. Thank you. So I am signing off for tonight, and make sure that you join our additional trainings. Keep an eye on your email, because Jacqueline, our upline, sends out emails to tell you when the next trainings are. So stay engaged, take advantage of all the training opportunities you can, and reach out to your leader for additional help and support and to help you move forward. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.